See, that's the thing
But
that I've noticed is that, and this is something that tracks back to when I was at SCAD, was that was at one point, I don't even know if I told you guys this, I actually considered jumping ship from film to sequential because I was envious of you guys, because the sequential department felt pretty tight knit. Yes, like we said before, there were exceptions to that rule in terms of, there were people who thought they were hot shit and they really weren't, and then there was people that just kind of kept to themselves or whatever. But for the most part, like with the teachers and everything like that, you guys felt like you belonged with a lot of those teachers. And for me in the film department, I was the odd man out. It felt like I was like the guy, like a pledge trying to get into a fraternity, and they were just fucking with me constantly. Like I had
that's
no.
what the film department felt. Yeah, I can speak from experience a little bit. Yeah,
and they were just shitty people, and that even goes towards like not even some, most of the professors. I don't want to say all of them because I had one or two that I really loved, but it was hard to get into that knit, and it was like one of those things where the film department just felt pretentious. Like everybody there was a dude, bro. I'm just here to make my movie, and it's gonna be awesome, and and it was just like I don't fit in with these people. It
was people who really wanted to be famous, really
right?
badly.
And that was the difference between being famous and making films. Were two different goals, and that's like a lot of them were just there to get famous. Like, and that was it. Just that never occurred to me. So I always felt out, and that's why I connected with you guys. Is it was just like, okay, these guys just do what they fucking love, and that's it. Like they do it, and that's it. So like when I met you guys, it was like a really like, it felt like I had found people, and then I just like leaned into it hard. So we were talking in the first podcast about how I suffered an identity crisis. Joker, I don't know if you remember when I thought I was a white rapper. When I was there,
the infamous
the infamous Anjou. That's right. And then you kind of converted me into the Batman kid. And when I say converted me, I don't mean like you were like twisting and warping my mind. Like I just gravitated towards that because you were like a big time mark for everything the Joker, and it was like, okay, I was raised on Batman. Like everybody called me the Batman kid, and this kid is the Joker. And I feel like we have this weird, like contrasting relationship going on. And it fit to me because I was like, okay, I can be open about this thing that I fucking love, and this guy is gonna like accept me for it. So like I started leaning heavily into that. And I remember that there was one defining moment of our relationship at SCAD that I will never forget, which was we were on the balcony at O House, and you already know where I'm going with this, where I was looking over the balcony. I'll be like, man, wouldn't it be fucking cool to have a cape and jump off of this? And you were like, it's 6 floors up. No, Joe. It was just like this, like...
I'm like, I'm pretty sure you'd splatter on the ground, man.
Yeah, but it didn't mind because, like, it was one of those things where if I had said that to somebody in the film department, I would have felt embarrassed when they came back with it. But you were just, like, fucking around with me. I was just like, okay, that's a cool idea, but let's come back to reality. But then...
Well, and that made it into my intro to comicking class mini comic.
I still have
remember
that.
That was a page in that comic.
I still have it. I still have it. It's on my bookshelf now. You gave me 2 copies. One of them sitting on my bookshelf, and the other one my mom has.
I gave you 2 copies, so they're trying to get rid of them.
No, well, I had 2 copies because I wanted one, and then I remember my mother wanted one because she was like, "Somebody put you in a comic book," and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I want it."
Sarko wanted one.
Yep.